plot. This year's journeyman exam. $1,000 entries. Pass test. There are no limits to how it can. Most are not up for the challenge. Crystalline tree. Time period. CT, like, this is like 50 or 60 years after the Adventurers Guild. So it's like if the year 600 is around where we are, like 596, this should be like 150 to 200 years before that. So like maybe 432 CTE. So like 160 years, 165 years earlier. So 2 generations from Duart. So it's like you don't meet Duart, but you could meet Duart's descendants. Because Duart's grandchildren would be around like 50 to 70 if he had grandchildren. Our favorite character, Duart. Did I not add his name? Is that not how you spell it? Did I ever call him by name? Yeah, no, there it is. It is Duart with an E. Duart. I knew I added it. Oops. Duart. We need some names now. Like 5 or 6 main characters, maybe something like that. So let's go to the race schematics, and we'll go. Okay, avian, Duart. So we need. Three avians. 4 octopi. And 2 insectoids. So for avians, we need names. Do we not naming scheme? European. All right. Violar. Collis. Rajunid. Euler. Santica. Wait. What's good? Sharp, what's going on? Why aren't you showing up on the alt chat? Oh no, is the alt chat fucked now? Yo, Sharp, look, you're not showing up. But you're showing up on the stream, and this is what's on the stream. I'm so confused.
GG.
Oh no, the alt chat's broken, guys. Fuck. Need a hiccup in the stream.
I am a goofy goober, yeah, you're a goofy goober, yeah.
True, Sharp. Sounds good. Did you write anything new, Sharp? Anything you want to share with us? Anything interesting that you have? We're creating a story around a prequel for the book. And we're going to do like a series of short stories of like setting up how the world is, just to kind of get an idea for it. Yeah, I'm half done with chapter 4. Hell yeah, brother. Okay, I'm going to see if I can... Yeah, I don't know why the alt chat's not working. This is so weird. I'm just gonna close it and like reopen it. Alt chat. No, I think it's just fucked. Oh, there we go! It shows Sean now. Oh, it fixed itself. It fixed itself. Look, guys, it fixed itself. All I had to do was turn it off and turn it back on, and now it shows you guys, so I can actually read your messages. Sweet. Chapter 4 name is the biggest Joka Key civilization. Nice. She read my video game character isekai concept with a writer earlier, and she liked the idea, might actually run with it, but who's to say? I think it's amazing, Sean. That's so cool. Such a great idea. Repitch it to Sharp and have Sharp see if he thinks it's a good idea as well. Peloiha. Peloiha. So I took long time designing Varanox. I don't access to Grok myself, or I'd give it the details for my act of Rising story. It's free. Just get Twitter. Just make a Twitter account. I don't know what you mean by you don't have access to Grok. You can just make any random Twitter account just with a random email and just use Grok. You could just make a random email and then just you only use it for Grok. It's like literally like but fair enough, Sean. Fair enough. Don't wanna, you don't wanna, right? Koyaka? I am the first one on stream, at least out of today's chatters. True, Sean. Pump those numbers. Koyaka. Sharp came after me, but we both have one in our handles. It's true. I unfortunately only have a 5, a 0, and a 7-7 in my name. The age of numbers is taking over, my friends. Numbers unite. Ad started 10 seconds. Fuck. Sean, or Sharp, do you see ads even though you're a mod? Because you're not subscribed, but you're a mod? Hey guys, I think I know where that sound was coming from. The alerts. You know how it's like it chimes but doesn't make any announcement? I think that was the ad breaks. Cause like they're chiming but they're not showing up. Right? Like it shows here, like Stream Element says we're taking a quick break, but it doesn't show up on like the actual stream. It doesn't show up in the all chat. So that's probably what was happening before. So now we know where it's coming from. One last name, one more name. Hojin? So we had Duart, Wheeler, Cullis, Junad, Euler, Santica, Paloiha, Koyaka, and Hojin. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make character profiles based upon our original profile. And I kind of want to actually do an experiment with this. Vueller. Dude, he skipped my class. Quit asking, he's not here. Oh, that's good. Bueller. Okay, so now we're going to go to the character profile that we made. I will have to find. That's why. There it is. Okay, so we have our character profile. So let's take this. Okay, so let's go in the book. I'm right. Actually, there's actually one question I want to ask above all else. Yes, I can help catalog definitions and images you provide for your book, storing them in my memory for future reference. You can share the details and I'll keep them organized for when you need to refer back. Just let me know how you'd like to structure the catalog, by chapter, theme, or specific terms, and if you upload images or text, I can analyze and associate them with the relevant definitions. What was the movie where extra sardines on a pizza was a code for the main character to work as a gigolo? Wait, are you... Are you thinking about like Deuce Bigalow, European Gigolo? Like Robert Schneider? That's the only Gigolo movie I know. I don't know if there's that line in it though. Okay, well, here we go. Then we need to open this up. First, there is the octopi species. It has used its intelligence to manipulate the ores at the bottom of the ocean where they live to create a civilization. Create a civilization of technology that rivals modern technology and surpasses some. Nah, it was in the 80s, early 90s, and it was the same guy as Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I think. His buddy and him worked at a pizza joint. In order to use credit cards for the gigolo work, they'd order a pizza with extra sardines, and one time it was a mom with kids, and they were actually ordering the pizza, not him, and he had to bolt out of there. It's like if you ever watch Weeds in like the 4th season or whatever, when like the older brother sets up a weed shop with the cheese chick, and it's like she owns a cheese shop, so they basically pretend to make sandwiches, but they're actually selling weed, and then this guy comes in and he actually wants a sandwich, and they basically had to tell him that he's too fat to eat there. They're basically gonna out themselves of selling weed. Good show. That's a great show. Okay. And surpasses some. They genetically engineer themselves to walk on land. Back 3 left legs have braided together to create a left leg, and the back 3 right legs have been braided to make a right leg. The genitalia of the octopi is their left foot, so it is slightly smaller than their right. Let's see what it does. Lover Boy, that's the movie. I just looked it up. Oh, never heard of it. Catalog entry, octopi origin, species octopi, description, an intelligent cephalopod species residing on the ocean floor. They've developed a technologically advanced civilization by manipulating oceanic ores, rivaling and occasionally surpassing modern human technology. Genetic engineering, the octopi have genetically modified themselves to walk on land. Leg structure, back 3 legs braided together, the left is slightly smaller. Located in the left foot, contributing to its small size compared to the right foot. This entry has been cataloged for future reference. Let me know if you'd add more details, images, or an additional entries. Here is a data set for the species octopi. Okay. Naming spoon, Megan, Jack. Jack and manipulating it to be Kajic or Cat. We're just gonna add that little caveat there. Okay, well, where's the other thing? Where's, like, the species descriptions? You switch the toggle so that Twitch doesn't get your cut of the money, right? Yo, you guys got affiliate! Hell yeah, Muffin! I haven't done anything with it yet. Hell yeah, Muffin. Fucking congratulations, brother. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about, buddy. Congratulations, Muffin. That's fucking huge. Everyone go give Muffin some support on his channel, good sirs. Things on here, character compendium. Okay, here we go. Octopi. Okay, yeah. This is what we wanted. By appearance, male lines, female spots, subspecies, white horn, have assortment of protruding facial horns, pale skin, yellowback, and blacktail. Catalog this under octopi species. Yeah, sure, I guess. Octopi species. Tox, did you ever put your character traits into Grok and have it create your nemesis? No, I didn't, Sean, but, you know, that's kind of what we're actually doing right now, is we're building up a catalog that Grok can build off of, and then we're going to dump the personality trait graph in there and have it design characters weighted with the racial specifications that we are now giving it. So we're basically building this catalog to identify species for future reference. Let me know if you want to add more details, images, or other. All right. Gotta do my Duolingo. All right, sounds good, Muffin. Hell yeah, brother. Keep it up. Is that everything we need to know about octopi? Second species in the book is the avians. They are genetically engineered from a predatory eagle like bird. Here is a reference picture. They have the upper body of a bird with wings, and their feet have been moved to arms, and a tail has been elongated. To serve as legs. And we want to upload an image of an avian. How can I not spell fucking hippogriff?
I almost got an unscheduled vasectomy. My cat slipped, and he really needs mani-pedi.
Damn. Got some sharp nails going there. It does, it is a direct... Okay, here we go. Like a hippogriff. Jesus, that took forever. Feathers like a hippogriff with a protruding mane, braid their beards like dwarves, each braid representing as a whole their house and their deeds. Their intricate beard greater. Avian origins. I'm just gonna add in the rest of it. Rearrange and add vowels to elongate or remove to shorten, keeping vowels and consonants together. Here are the specifics. Catalog this as avian species. Log entry avian species. Genetically engineered from a predatory eagle-like bird, upper body, okay, name scheming, reference, depicts an avian with bird-like upper body, wings, and an elongated tail. Its legs, consistent with the description, this entry has been cataloged. Sweet! Back didn't get anything wrong. Nice, Muffin! Hell yeah, brother, keep it up! We are using Grok to categorize the things in our book so we can come back to them and look at them and use them as actual reference points. So, we'll see how this goes. Can you create an image of an avian form? Okay. Can you create an image of an avian for me using the avian species as a reference of catalogs? Legit run out of things to talk about? You can never run out of things to talk about. Where is the tail? Like a long snake tail. They can't do this shit right. Iron close. Go back to drawing board. Thinner, finer body shape that molds into a tail that is used as its legs, like a mythical creature, a lamia, but instead of somebody did a reel about a hippocampi, but typed hippocamus instead, so it really makes it silly. I don't know, if I get up at 6 a.m. again, I'll go down to the beach with a friend again. Nice. Sorry to say, you're really bad at this. Can you check the reference photos again? Alright then, I don't know how we got a tiger out of it, but alright. Guys, we somehow got a fucking tiger thing. I don't... Okay, it lost the plot, guys. It completely and utterly lost the fucking plot. Okay, this was just a waste of time. But hey, we figured out that, yeah, that's not gonna work. If I get monetized, I don't have my own bank account, so I'll need my parents, to let me use theirs. I mean, you could always just let it sit there, Muffin. Just think of it like a college fund. You just come back to it in like 5 or 6 years, and you've got like, $5,000-$6,000 piled up on there. It should. I don't know, don't quote me on that, but like I'd assume it should. If it had nowhere to pay out to, it'd just keep building. Have them set up a savings account for you and just dump the earnings into that so it will collect interest, no minimum for minors at banks. I mean, that's a good idea too, Sean. Talk to your parents about it, Muffin, and be like, set up a savings account. I mean, that's fair enough, Muffin. All my money is just cash. What a world you must live in. I had a bank account when I was 5. I couldn't take anything out of it, but I could deposit whatever pennies I collected. Can you take this character profile schematic and give me 5 alternate characters with their own unique draws. Alright, let's see what it gives us. I think that's called taxes and interest. Credit union, though, not banks. Banks are thieves. There is a slight difference between them, but yeah, credit union and banks. I thought you just ran 30 seconds. It is what it is. I figured out some new thing here, Muffin. In the chat now, we have the ad break in progress, so it shows us when an ad is going on. It's okay, I got him. I got him for you, Muffin. I can do wellness check with channel points now, too. True, Sean. How many channel points do you have? How many times? Wait, did I even take the toke? When you did your chat? I don't even know. Today's been all over the place. Fuck it. Who knows? Shit happens. Don't ask me, I'm just a retarded streamer. I'm just a dancing monkey. You wouldn't ask the dancing monkey to do your fucking taxes. I have 17,000. I ain't spent any. Damn, nice, Muffin. I've been dumping my channel points as soon as I build up to 1,000, so yeah, I'm at 350 now. Alright, alright. Wait, how are you at 350? Doesn't it go up by 69, or did that not work? You should get 69 every 5 minutes. How is 350 a combination of 69? Oh dear Jesus. It's a lot of points, Muffin. So you know what we should do? Fuck! Well, I had more than you. I was rank 2. I don't know who's rank 1. Levi might be rank 1. Levi might have 1 billion points. I'm not actually sure. Damn, Sean, congratulations. Probably why you're gonna be number 1 there, Muffin. You play smart. I just go big dick. Okay. Alternate character number 1, the activist. Activist theme. Beliefs versus reality. Beliefs collective action can reshape reality. Contrasting with the idea that consciousness alone defines existence. Raised a family of activists, they saw systematic injustices early on, fueling their drive to fight for change. I mean, that totally works. Like, activists, as in these were like people that were pushing for being adventurers. Injustices. This is how privileged they are. Ideas were shot down, and only after a period of time did the public truly release its grip on its ideals towards segregation inside the tree. Becoming an adventurer. Okay, so there we go. That lines up perfectly. Unity and effort can overcome any circumstance. Reality bends to collective will. Nice. Actions. Organizes, rallies, speaks out, and dives into conflict to push their agenda. The opposite of avoidance. So this is like a fucking Karen type character. Interesting. Interesting. Bold, fiery, and unrelenting, they thrive on confrontation. Appearance: wears loud, colorful outfits with slogans, always carrying a megaphone or flyers. Still gotta make the damn Monster Hunter story. I mean, that's true, Muffin. But just take your time about it. You know? It'll come one day. Their fierce dedication to their cause, even when it estranges them from their own family, who tire of their relentless crusade. Interesting. Alternate character 2, the scientist. So gotta make the damn... Oh. Okay. Okay, Muffin. Sounds good, bro. I mean, you showed up. That's what matters. The scientist. Beliefs versus reality. Beliefs. Physical reality is all there is, grounded in evidence, rejecting the notion that consciousness overrides it. Yeah, there are just some things that, you know, you just probably shouldn't say out loud, right? You know, it's just... It is what it is. Childhood illness, not epilepsy. Why does it say specifically not epilepsy? Let them study science obsessively, seeking control through understanding. Yes, I know, Muffin. I just didn't want to say those exact words. I knew what you were saying. I just didn't want to say those exact words out loud. So I was like, okay, well, you arrived to the stream. It's okay. You're here now. That's what matters. Just trying to be tactful here. Just trying to be tactful here, you know? Would this mean... they were... It can't be a childhood illness. Not a childhood illness. A fear of crowds. I'm trying to alleviate my competition. I'm an illness in its childhood state. True, Muffin, you will go on to do grand things in your country. I am sure one day I will hear of them. Facts and data dictate worth and truth. Beliefs without evidence are meaningless. Actions: lives in a lab, dissects problems methodically, and dismisses emotional conflicts as irrational. My country, nah, I'll be a whole pandemic spreading everywhere, Muffin. I love it. Don't think as small as one country. Don't even think as small as one planet. Start taking over. Think of like You should begin thinking it around one galaxy. And then when you have one galaxy, you're like, well, why not 8 galaxies? And why not 8 billion? Or trillion? Or unvigentillion? Where's Smokey when you need him with the unvigentillions? And the duovigentillions, and the trivigentillions, and the octovigentillions, and the sectovigentillions. Jesus, there's so many vigentillions. Whoever named that was dumb, but awesome at the same time. We'd rather debate than retreat. Unvigentillion. Tetragentillion. I don't know, let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. It's 44 and 45, right?
9594937628596736452968452968462078462078596736738469736
It's not enough.
45296846078463869584759.
It needs to be like in a special area. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is that like 67?
9 septenvigentillion 594 sesvigentillion 937 quinquivigentillion 628 quaduorvigentillion 596 tresvigentillion 736 duovigentillion 452 unvigentillion 968 vigentillion 462 novemdecillion 78 octodecillion 463 septendecillion 869 sexdecillion 584 quindecillion 759 quaduordecillion.
Quaduordecillion. How many digits is that?
Googleplex.
Oh, damn.
Googleplexed.
What happens when you Googleplex a Googleplex? The length of the digits is more than the imagined amount of particles in all of existence. Not just the observed universe, but all of existence. So that'd be like 20 trillion times the size of the observed universe. It's 1 with 100 zeros to the power of 1 with 100 zeros. That's powered to the 1 with 100 zeros to the power of 1 to 100 zeros. I think if like there's not even that many seconds since the beginning of existence, since the Big Bang. There's not even that many seconds since the beginning of the Big Bang. That's how large that number is. That's how multiplicatives work. It's a scary thing. So he lives in a lab. He's a scientist. Cold, precise, and unyielding. They'd rather debate than retreat. power set of a lobe to the power of omega to the power of omega to the power of omega to the power of omega.
Googleplex up, pointing arrow up, pointing arrow up, pointing arrow, Googleplex.
Up pointing arrow. I like that. Don't you mean like to the power of? So it wouldn't it be just a Googleplex? Googleplex. Right?
Googleplex carrot, Googleplex.
Did you say carrot? Is that what it's called? Carrot? To the power of. It's Knuth's up arrow notation. Does that mean like to the power of? But like multiplicatively power of? Like the power of itself to the power of the number? So it's like it's like itself squared? Unshakable calm and logical clarity in the midst of emotional storm, cutting through others' chaos like a scalpel. Interesting. Okay. The artist believes art reveals a higher reality beyond the physical, a lens to explore consciousness. Grew up stifled by strict parents, escaping into sketchbooks and music, which became their rebellion. Expression defines worth, circumstances are just raw material for creation. Paints are composed as obsessively ignoring deadlines or disputes, using art to sidestep reality. Whimsical, sensitive, and lost in thought, conflict sends them deeper into their work. Flowing scarves, mismatched clothes, and ink-stained fingers, a walking canvas. Their gift for turning ordinary moments into profound art.
Googleplex carrot, 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 G.
Okay, that's what I thought, Levi. So it's like it implies its own number as a cascading factor above itself. So it would be to the power of a googleplex google-plexes. So no matter how many times Muffin typed out that googleplex, it would never amount to a googleplex amount of googleplexes that are the power of a googleplex. But the reason why we have a googleplex is because there's no reason for a number. A googleplex might as well be infinite because there's no ever circumstance where you would use like a googleplex, like the actual value of a googleplex. So it's googleplex to the power of googleplex to the power of googleplex within a power of googleplexes. Well, it's interesting discussing googleplexes with you guys.
Googleplex up, pointing arrow, 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 Googleplex up, pointing.
No, that still wouldn't beat it, Muffin, because Levi's is a googleplex to the power of a stacked googleplexes stacked 3 times. So you'd have to write out a googleplex times in order to googleplex his googleplex. Yeah, it would. Those were all couldn't arrows. But wouldn't yours multiply more times if it was multiple arrows, Levi? It's like 3 arrows back to back is like a googolplex to the power of a googolplex to the power of a googolplex times. Oh, it's just shorthand, it's not multiplicative stack. So like if you put 2 beside each other, it would square the second, and then 3 would square the third. So it'd be 3 sets of googolplexed on top of a tower of googolplexes that googolplexed. So you have like 84 googolplexes within this googolplex set. That's how I envisioned it. So you'd have to write it out whatever it would be 3 times 3 times 3, 27. So you'd have to use 27 arrows, which would multiply it by 2 and then 3 again. Yeah, so it's like 84 arrows. You'd need 84 arrows individually to add up to 3 sequentially. The entrepreneur. Beliefs. Reality is a game to be won through hustle and ingenuity, not a fixed state dedicated by consciousness or circumstance. Backstory. Born into scarcity, they clawed their way up by selling anything they could, learning people's desires and exploited. Learning people's desires are exploitable. Actions create opportunity. Worth is measured in wealth and influence. Strikes deals, takes risks, and manipulates situations, never hesitating to engage or push boundaries. Slick, confident, and opportunistic. They see conflict as a negotiation tactic. Appearance. Polished suits, flashy watches, and a phone that never stops buzzing. Success incarnate. Their magnetic charm and ability to rally people behind their schemes, turning doubters into investors with a grin. And then the Hermit. Graham's number is famously 3, 3, and it was for a time the largest number ever used in a mathematical proof. That's a insanely high number. Believes reality lies in solitude, where consciousness can be explored without society's noise. Devastating loss drove them to abandon civilization, finding peace in nature after years of urban struggle. So, like, what we're gonna do with these characters is we have to go back to their origins. Because these guys are gonna be, like, between, like, 11 and 17 during this story, as they're getting their first, like, journeyman ticket, essentially, to be able to leave the tree. It's not the Adventurers Guild, like, so you're not an adventurer, you're a journeyman who's kind of like a squire. So you still gotta find an adventurer that will recruit you along the way. But it's like a pipeline to becoming an adventurer. And this is just to make sure people don't fucking just go out and die, even though 80% of them die. Have you watched Vsauce's vid on infinity? Infinite amount of infinites within infinite infinite to create infinite infinites that create infinites, and then you take those infinites and add more infinites to them. It's like an infinite hotel with infinite cars, with infinite people, and, you know, stacking infinities. And how the concept, like, it breaks down. That's Veritasium, not Vsauce. Fair enough, Muffin. Fair enough. What's Vsauce then? Or who's Vsauce? Yeah, probably like the week it released. Alright, let's see. Let's see what this is. External circumstances are illusions, only inner clarity reveals worth. Lives alone in the woods, meditates and avoids all human contact, stepping up only for themselves. Silent, contemplative, and guarded. Conflict is irrelevant when you're alone. Weathered cloak, tangled hair, and walking stick blending in the wild. They're rare, haunting wisdom about life, delivering it in cryptic fragments to the few who find them. I think we got some pretty good characters here, guys. And we can use them all to play into their own way into the story, right? It's a peak pop sci math philosophy YouTube content where topics are jumped between through very loose tangents. You'd love it. It's called Vsauce?
Welcome to a
Test. We figured it out, guys. We know how it works now. Alright. Survival. Match status ailment to cure. Monster ID. Level, abilities, location. Environmental ID. Plants, terrain. How to spot signs of water, weather, town locations. So I wrote a fuck ton of notes at work, and I am dictating those notes. This is notes on the survival test. This is the test that people have to take in order, or this is like an outline of the test that people have to take in order to be able to leave the tree. So we're just kind of like outlining things that have to be noted in categories. Beastmen, friendly tribes, known symbols to avoid, warring beastmen. Journeyman etiquette. Polite, upstanding, observant. Magic knowledge. Buffs, debuffs, damage, spell catalyst. List match like status ailments. So it's like, you know, you have to match the shit to where it is, to where you want it to be. So you get to what do you call it? It's not necessarily need to memorize it. It's almost like a multiple choice question, right? But it's like, you know, draw the line to the right thing and connect the right thing. Because these guys are like, these guys are between like 11 and like 15 or 16, somewhere around there. So, you know, and this is like in an age without like a formal school. Like this is about the start of what is considered to be the first formal school. It was actually set off by the Adventurers Guild of like wanting to learn things, right? Because one of the main points for the older generations is they were just so comfortable in the tree, they just never wrote anything down. They never brought anything from the past. The whole point of transition was for no one to know what had happened in the past. Ranking system. Missions. How to rank up. Journeyman versus adventurers. Chocobo raising. Geischels and Gruel. Equipment. Slots, mods, crafting, enhancing. Shit. Slots, mods, crafting, enhancing. Notorious monsters. How they evolve. Why. Monster Hunter. Like. Materials. Who drops what? Crafting what plus what equals what. Combat system. Physical infusion. Rift. No, that's wrong. I'm retarded. Fissure. Physical infusion. Rift. Implosion. Yeah, it's complicated as fuck, but it's called Pifferme. Physical infusion into a fissure, into another physical infusion, into a rift, into a magic implosion. I.e. weapon skill plus weapon skill equals skill chain plus magic burst. Classic mechanics. Economy. Gil, banks, loans, investments. Medical. Stitches, disinfectant, wrappings, setting bones. Poisons. Or sorry, not poisons. Potions. Origins, mixes, effects, severity. Base weapon types. Melee, ranged, mage, support. Gathering, mining, woodcutting, fishing, hunting. Politics. City standings, alliances, borders. Merit system. Building reputation and fame. Class and job specializations. Finding your job, changing your job. Finding your job, changing your job. Not a browser window. Please try again. What? I fucking clicked on it, bitch! Finding your job and changing your job. Why does it want me on a browser window? I don't give a fuck about a browser window. What's going on here? Why are you fucking up? You know what? I don't even care. Get out of here. You're being a piece of shit. Finding your job and changing your job. Finding your job and changing your job. Finding your job and changing your job. Command structure. Journeyman. Adventurer. Yo, Muffin, how's it going, brother? Welcome, welcome. We are writing down a shit ton of stuff that needs to be on this test for the adventurers. And our story is going to revolve around him learning this basic kind of stuff in the story that we developed, but we'll eventually get to that. Did you stream today, Muffin? I didn't see you on. That could have been me. You gonna work now, bitch? See, I figured out how to fix it, guys. You just gotta use the other one, and it's like they fight with each other, and then eventually one of them wins. It's whatever one I choose. Party system. Parties, alliances, armies. Today has not been a great day. The road turned into my own personal cheese grater. I shredded my whole arm up to my... Oh, that's brutal, Muffin. I remember doing that back in the day. Yeah, the road is a nasty, nasty thing sometimes. It fucks you up. I'm guessing he was either running, or he was on like a skateboard, or he was like on a bike and just biffed it. But yeah, you know. You jumped out of a car? I don't fucking know. All I know is it sounds like you hit cement and fucking straight across the ground, bro. See the flecks of skin still stuck in the asphalt. Dark Adventurers, losing your license and verification. Weather, storms and sunburn. Zones, locations unlocked, barriers to entry. Leveling system. A way to check power level. Camping. Resting and preparing. Setting watch. Securing goods. Preventing lures. Death. Coping with loss. Retiring. Moving on from adventuring. Veterans. Learn from the best. That one is pretty bad because veterans are usually people that like retirees retired on purpose, like they just wanted to retire, but veterans were forced to retire through some sort of injury, usually the loss of a limb or something that, you know, incapacitates their ability to move or something like that. You know, they lose an eye, they go blind, they go deaf, you know, shit happens. Psychological PTSD, right? One of the characters in the first chapter is who's like the Duearts mentor, is basically a crippled veteran who lost both of his legs and one of his arms, and he's an insectoid with 3 legs. Tell you what happened. I was riding my bike to school until I got to the path with bushes on both sides that make it very narrow. Now, every now and then the bushes come out onto the path further than the rest. My handlebar caught up inside that bush, the front wheel went left, and guess where I went? Right. Went through the top of the other bushes and landed on my side on the road. Ow! Ow! That sucks, Muffin. Done many a similar thing to myself. I'm glad you are okay, though. Relatively speaking. Pets. Do's and don'ts. Food. Effects. Edible. Non-edible. Don't know how I did the same thing I did to my arm to my abdomen. It's skid and slide, bro. Your arm hits first, your body hits second. It's just how it goes, and you're just laid out. Dungeons. Solo, party, alliance, raid. Myths and legends. Mughals, Cactuar, Kate Sith, history, religion, beastmen. Morally, how would I be looked upon in your world for having a beastman pet? Well, you wouldn't be allowed inside of the tree because the beastmen aren't allowed inside of the tree. So you'd have to be an adventurer. An adventurer with a pet. Would it be slavery? Now, there would be one caveat. Okay, so you would have had to have domesticated the beastmen. In some way, shape, or form. Because they're like kids. Like, in their, comprehension-wise, as an overall arching species, like, all of them are on the level of, like, 50 to 70 IQ. No, they actively do not want to be a pet. Then you would have to make sure that they didn't attack anyone. But then again, wolves do not want to be a pet either, and we did it anyways. That's true, Beezus. And although I would say wolves are intelligent, beastmen are definitely more intelligent than wolves. They understand basic concepts, they just don't understand complicated concepts. Like, for instance, they understand addition and subtraction, but they don't understand multiplication and division. Like, that's the line of their intelligence. You know, can count to 15. For do's and don'ts, I know what you can say at all Asians do not eat. Wait, eating pets? Are we talking about eating dogs? Man, if dogs tasted good, I'd eat dogs. That'd solve hunger, man. Do you know how many dogs you could get? In the amount of meat that you could get, in the amount of time that you could get, like, a full cow? I mean, we're talking, like 15 a litter. Like 3 to 5 months, they'd be veal. And they'd be reproducing, too. So, like, you could have, like, hundreds and then thousands, and you'd still be eating them. All I'm saying, man, is the only reason we think about it is because of some sort of emotional connection towards them. If eating their meat doesn't do anything wrong, and it's only a moral objection because we have animals, then I don't really care. Man, you treat this world like we're always on the cusp of a famine. Wait, you mean the real world, Beezus? No, I just live on in like farm territory where you eat pretty much whatever you can get your hands on. You know? Like, of course we're talking wild animals, you know, but it's like, really, what's the difference between like a bear, a moose, a dog, a wolf, a coyote, a rabbit, even? It's simply our perspective towards it. It's the only difference. And dogs because they're domesticated, but still. So are cows. But yeah, so I would say, Beezus, as long as you could make sure that thing didn't attack anyone, no one would have any reason other than, like, moral qualms. But moral qualms don't equal law in the Adventurers. It may be inside of the tree, but not here. The only law is the law you can uphold. Starting to think Alberta is the hillbilly territory. It is! Wait, Beezus, you didn't know that? Like, Alberta is literally... Alberta and Saskatchewan are like the Kansas and Alabama of fucking Canada. Like, BC is California, Ontario is, like, what's, like, the way far east one? Is it New York? I think it's New York. The only reason I know Canada exists is because it's right above us. I know nothing about your territories. It's okay, I don't know anything about your states. So, it is what it is, right? But it's like California's nice and warm. BC is like, you know, it has its rain, for sure. But it's a very, very nice place compared to, like, the blandity of like, Alberta and Saskatchewan, where there's fucking fuck all nothing. Just horizon to horizon, blank space. Not know anything about our states either, honestly. I mean, who wants to remember 50 fucking names? Never met someone from Arkansas. People say Arkansas doesn't exist. It's not a real place. No one's ever met someone from Arkansas. It's a legitimate conspiracy theory. There's actually a couple of states that fall under that. I love conspiracy theories. Because I use them as fuel for my writing. Communication. Comm pearls, chocobo couriers, some kind of owl or bird for aerial messaging. Who's Clinton? No idea who Clinton is, Levi. Mana MP. Effects. Enlarging pool. Detriment. Continued use. Physical decay. Who's Clinton? No idea. No idea, Levi. Which one is said wrong? Arkansas or Kansas? You don't know? Oh, no, I just wasn't putting... I wasn't putting two and two together there. Who's Clinton? The fuck are you talking about? Who's Clinton? I'm like, Clinton? The fuck? It just didn't connect, you know? Words are like that in my head. They have to connect. I'm like, what the fuck is Clinton? Just the word on its own with absolutely no context, with stream brain, you just don't make those connections because your brain's doing other shit. But now I see how retarded someone saying Clinton who? Or who's Clinton? I was thinking about it as a... Like, my mindset was literally thinking about it as a first name. And I was like, wait, Clinton? The fuck? Whose name is Clinton? That's a fucked up name, man. I have absolutely no idea, man. And I don't know what Hillary's maiden name is, but it's not Clinton, I'll tell you that. Or maybe it is. Maybe it is. Especially being from Arkansas. Okay. Rodham. No, Sean, I was making a joke about them being brother and sister and them both having the same last name. Because he was from Arkansas. So, of course, his wife is his sister. Like Alabama, Kansas shit. Magic. Basics, consciousness, movement, sound. Imagery. Journals. Keeping track. Quests. Quest board, making requests, completing requests. Relationships. Who can you trust? Expectations, obligations, restrictions, and laws. Reasoning. Why do you want to be an adventurer? Hunger. Fatigue. All right, guys, that's the list of the test. So we have inside the crystalline tree, training grounds, inside the crystalline forest, artificially carved forest of pines made from the crystal, sectioned off areas for different skill levels, basically a PvP zone, practice dummies, area designed to let loose for adventurers to train in, requires instructors who are either volunteers or veterans or adventurers. Training grounds inside the artificially carved forest of pines. Second off areas for different skill levels. PvP zone. Practice dummies. Area designed to let loose for adventurers to train in. Requires instructors who are volunteers, veterans, or adventurers. What else do we got here? Oh yes, the second phase. If you pass the test, training for the outside. 'Cause the first is just a knowledge test. You just have to prove that you have the knowledge and you're willing to learn. Like, it's basic, but it's a lot, right? So it's like, if you're willing to learn all of this information just to do this test in order to leave the tree, you have to have at least, like, a decent amount of thought put into the fact of you wanting to be an adventurer. It's not quite gatekeeping, but it's making sure, like, they're slowly building a system that's just making sure that people don't just blunder out into the world and think that outside the tree is the same thing as inside the tree, and then they just fucking die. And they basically have a big problem with that, to the point people call it, like, the euthanasia walk. Where instead of being euthanized when your mind is gone, you become an adventurer and you just go outside and you basically just fucking die. Once you pass the test, the next stage is vaccination. Slow exposure to the outside world. In a supervised endeavor to prepare the journeyman physically and mentally, train them to learn sleep, hunger, fatigue, strain, stress. So it's meant to be as easy as getting your learner license. Yes, Levi. Exactly. And then you're, like, a journeyman is basically a squire. So now you have to go find an adventurer that's willing to take you on adventures. Because you can't go on adventures yourself. Like, you can't leave the city as a journeyman. You can leave the tree, but you can't leave Ifrit. That's kind of like the restrictions of a journeyman. And eventually, once they get airships, it's like you can be shipped out to different cities. So it's not just Ifrit is crammed with all the noobs. Like, they can go off and do their own thing. And there is a higher chance that, you know, something will happen along the journey, but it's like the higher you score on it, the more they give you the chance to be able to choose where you want to go and how old you are as well, right? There's also parental consent is like a big thing as well, but the entire idea behind it is to see if like you're just like if you're committed or not, right? If you're doing all of this, you're pretty fucking committed, right? No one who's not committed is gonna go to all of this length. They're just gonna fuck off after like the second day of trying to learn this. But this guy's just been learning it his entire life because one of his best friends is or like his mentor is a veteran, and his parents, like we kind of made a backstory for Duart where his parents kind of own like a famous paper printing company. So it's like they print like specifically cardboard for like shipping and stuff like that. Hey, Smokey! How's it going, buddy? I wonder if it updated, because I think you'd like this one, Smokey. So I added a new thing, and it still hasn't come up. That's lame. I made a new thing called garbage, because I fixed the wellness check.
Do not drink water. Do not leave your
I need
seat.
to
Do not
I
move
need to
your
make
feet.
that louder.
Do not stretch. Do not go to the bathroom. Have another toke.
True! But yeah, so then we made one that says garbage, and you can throw all your points on it, Smokey, and it says that I'm a garbage-ass streamer, and you don't even want my points. And I'm like, yes! That's exactly how I feel, too. I don't want these points, either. I don't even know what the fuck this symbol means, guys. Like, that's how many points I have. I don't know. Whatever that is how many points I have. Whatever the sideways figure eight is, I don't fucking know. That's exactly how I feel. It is what it is, though, right? We're only gonna get somewhere, right? We get somewhere with your mom! I mean, what?
In.
Oh my god, Smokey, yes. Yes, bring on the chaos. Bring on the chaos. Overwhelm us with it. I have notes! So I don't care, guys. I have notes. It talks bikini. Wait, Callie, you missed it. Callie, you missed it. It was 5 days ago. It was on Tuesday. The bikini stream was on Tuesday. You missed it. I've been saying forever, June 10th. No, it was June 11th. This was like 4 days ago. It was June 11th. That was the bikini stream. It should still be in my VODs if you want to go back. Ban me, please. You fucked up, Callie. There wasn't yeah, actually, Smokey, you're right. You're right. Smokey, you're true. You're right. It wasn't a bikini stream. It was a makeup stream. I was wearing my new dress. But hey, we got a good backshots clip out of it. So technically, Callie, it wasn't a bikini stream. You're right. You put on a bikini on next stream to make up for this lie. Oh, but I was wearing a bikini underneath the dress, guys. Come on. Or F it, put it on. Just fucking throw it on right now. Just walk over there, just throw it right on. No worries here. I mean, I could technically just, if you guys want. If you guys really, really want, I can go put the top on right now. It's not gonna look good, though. It's not gonna look good. And mini skirt. Oh my god.
Do not drink water. Do not leave your
Ah,
feet. Do not
fuck.
move your feet. Do not stretch. Do not go to
Sean!
the bathroom. Have another toke.
Wait, you redeemed garbage, but it did that line. Wait, I'm so confused. If you were really wearing a bikini underneath it, I will be obliged to contact authorities. Sorry, that doesn't work that way, Smokey. I told you guys there was an audio file thing to it. I just don't know where that is. Yeah, you're gonna have to figure that one out later. Yeah, true. True, Sean. True. He meant to say figure, I knows it. No, he meant to say finger. Everyone knows it. How fucking dare you, Smokey? You bastard! Damn you! Damn you! Fuck! Fuck! Baloney! Fucking loney! I'll believe that shit for a second. You don't have many left! You don't have many left, Smokey! Use them wisely! Use them wisely, good sir. Ah, shit, guys! 3 minutes! 3-minute countdown to the ads! Oh, fuck, boys! Them ads coming at you! Can we vote for down with ads? Down with ads! Fuck ads! We don't want ads! Ads are bullshit! This is some bullshit ads! I just want normal, chill ass stream. No bullshit. No fucking ads. Muffin said to do it! likely fucking story, Smokey. I'd believe you more if you said Valium Boy told you to do it. It's the devil sitting on your shoulder. Oh, fuck, man. Ah. You just had to be gluttonous and abuse them, Smokey. You wasted so many points. And now you're locked at the bottom with no points. Oh, man. Or you can refund me. No, because I gave you 2k points. Next thing you're doing, you're just give me 10 tokes. Oh, man. I can't trust you anymore, Smokey. You spent 40,000 points in one... I remember you scammed me before. Although that's true, you've also scammed yourself, good sir. Maybe, perhaps, I do, yes, Smokey. I quite did scam you, very much so, in the right, yes. It was a problem. But you know what? You fell for it, bro. You fucking fell for it. You should have looked at how many points you were spending. You didn't look at how much you were spending. Like, what if you were using, like, real money and just, you know, you kept doing it and then all of a sudden out of nowhere you realized that your card was declined.
Don't make me you.
And you're like, how did I spend $175,000 in 3 days? And then you go back and you look and you realize that each one of those browns was $17,000. Ooh. Ooh, that is a very expensive accent. Good sir, that is a very, very, very expensive accent. It was all worth it. Oh, true. True. Somebody gonna get hurt real bad. Somebody gonna get hurt real bad. I don't know who it is, but I think you know him. And it is not going to be a very good time. I am telling you right now, it is not going to be a good time. We are mid-ad break, boys! Brads! Bad ads! Bads! Bad ads! Bad ads! Bad ads! Bad ads! Dad ads! Bad dads! Dudes and dads and dads and dads. Alright, let's get this last toke up the way, guys. And we got like 4 more pages of shit to deal with.
Percent. At dollar caret percent dollar and caret asterisk, caret dollar percent caret and asterisk, WER dollar T percent caret and percent asterisk, underscore asterisk and in caret percent dollar, asterisk, and in caret percent dollar, asterisk and caret percent dollar at dollar caret percent and asterisk and asterisk, underscore and caret percent dollar at asterisk. I like this better.
Damn! That actually sounded like it was saying something, guys. It's speaking to me. Oh no. I deleted it because I'm retarded.
Asterisk and caret percent dollar caret and asterisk at dollar percent caret and asterisk and caret percent dollar at dollar percent caret and dollar r at dollar percent caret, asterisk and caret percent caret and asterisk and caret percent
no, I don't, no way.
Caret and percent dollar at dollar percent caret and asterisk and caret percent dollar percent caret and asterisk at dollar percent caret and asterisk and in caret percent dollar percent caret and asterisk caret T percent dollar. Never heard such a true story.
True, Smokey. Holy shit, that is insane.
Tommy gun sounds like an
Oh my god. It is what it is. Alright. Okay, I'll actually take the toke, guys. I'll actually take the toke now.
Double toke or crossdresser.
Obviously both. Duh. Duh. People think you have to choose one or the other. Nah, fuck that. I want my cake and I want to have my cake and eat it too.
Pig Venus.
This is something akin to Boy Scouts. Teaching improvisation, problem solving, testing actions and action speed, reaction speed, basically like speed runs. Character
Skull,
origins.
imp, clown face, robot, cooking knife, revolving light, firecracker.
True, Smokey. Damn, that's impressive. I just thought of something. What about... Can I do this? Hold on, I might break this.
Firecracker. Itox roach out, itox spines, itox backflip, itox tardy, itox lurk, itox roach out, itox roach, itox backflip.
True! Me telling my white friend I liked his song. So you can do emotes in TTS. What do you know? That's absolutely wonderful. Duart, age 12, prominent crafting family who makes paper and cardboard. Life isn't exciting enough. He sees adventurers all the time due to being a constant presence inside the guild as the main proprietor of his family's paper. He is the delivery boy. Ideas of the outside world fascinate him.
My gun going in
He gains
then reload
tutelage under a veteran, an injured, retired adventurer. Stories of grand past adventures. Since Duart is still a kid, the downsides and nuance go over his head. Vet not trying to indoctrinate, but parents blame it.
Thank you for redeeming chair dance.
Still at the
Itox will
point.
now dance for you.
Of
Please
course.
enjoy this immersive
Of course.
experience.
Hey, the points are there for a reason. These things are there for a reason, Smokey. You're the only one who's actually using them because you're the only one who's on kick. I know that number says 10, but I don't believe that number is 10. We just got a lot of lurkers, guys. People like to just lurk in the background and watch the shenanigans and not have to deal with interacting. And that's completely fine. We love lurkers.
My gun going then reload You did good, you can rest now, babe.
True.
Thank you for redeeming chair dance. Itox will now dance for you. Please fully enjoy this immersive experience.
You truly are a menace, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing, Smokey.
My gun going and then reload and again. Ain't no safety, just on repeat.
True.
Keep dancing, bitch, it ain't over yet.
Just give it 10 more minutes, Smokey. You just gotta keep waiting around to use those points. Oh my god.
You did good, you can rest now, babe.
I'm just thinking I should add something that cancels out. So it's like whenever you do something, someone else
Thank you
can,
for redeeming chair
can
dance.
cancel
Itox will now
out
dance for
and
you.
like just completely
Please
skip.
fully enjoy
So it's
this
like
immersive
it's like a
experience.
skip button. What do you guys think about doing that? So then anyone can just press the skip button and it'll skip whatever it is, the TTS, the announcement, whatever it is, and then you guys have full reign over what you want to skip.
Say all I heard was an Keep dancing,
Can I use
bitch,
it to
ain't
skip
over
the whole
yet.
stream?
No, that's Control W. If you guys want the best stream experience, you gotta press Control W. Only true Chads Control W.
You did good, you can rest now, babe.
Yeah, I was like, wait, did Smokey actually press Control W? Control W is the command that closes the current window that you're on. Oh my fucking god. I was waiting for all the numbers to drop off. Is this enough? I don't think. Ah, damn! You're gonna have to wait, Smokey. Fuck. We cooked, chat. True. True. See you next stream. This will work the entire time to get your points back. He's gonna come back in strong next time, Smokey. Oh my god. Okay, where are we? Still at the point adventuring is new and looked down on. Transitional period. I'm gonna be honest, guys, I have no idea what the fuck this says. transitional period where you, and it looks like GTH, so it's OARE, so it's like, is it you go through? But I like wasn't looking at the piece of paper? Join, enact, unexpected carts? 20 to 25%. I have no idea what the fuck this means. Or how this sentence could even be... Join in... At... Joining? You, though, are... Joining at unexpected... Jesus. Fucking Christ. I can't read my own writing. Period, where they are joining at unexpected rates. That's what it said, guys. Joining at unexpected rates. Where... Yeah, I don't know why it says... It looks like you, though, joining. 20-25%. Fuck, man. My writing is brutal. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there, guys. I think we have... 2 more pages to go. 2 more pages to go, guys. Story event list. Duart meets vet at Guild Hall. Currently the start of an office. No big building, just a small stall for trading stories and ideas. Evolved into the guild. Kids gather for stories. Duart gets personal lessons on adventuring, not just the entertaining moments of a solid lifetime from the vet. Confides that doesn't want to go against parents, knows it's not their decision, but knows it could cause strife. Vet says he'll talk to his parents as he brings his parents to the vet to talk to them. Duart leaves home leaving the decision of communication up to his parents. Make it so a sibling died, his parents didn't tell him, and that's why they're so against adventuring. Or one of the older adventurers that he's with the vet who is an actual adventurer, who says when Duart passes the test and becomes a squire that he will become that guy's squire. And there's a couple of other kids that also want to be his squire, but you can have multiple squires, and he knows multiple adventurers, so they could all have squires. Goes out on an adventure and says he'll come back at a certain time period. Story characters. Introduce Duart and his family plus the paper company. Duart wanting more to life. Introduce the vet. And for other people, don't meet any of them. Fated meeting of another adventurer, noob, beginnings of friendship. Introduce older characters, secondary mentor. Have another character waiting for the adventurer. He never shows up, he's dead. Builds a bond of friendship between those two, and they become squires. Together. And that's when they go take the test. And that's everything that I wrote down. I think that was pretty decent for doing that shit at work. Just randomly scribbling this shit on paper. It's pretty effective. And I've been told I can't use my phone, but I can write as much as I want on paper, which I think is fucking stupid as shit, but hey. Whatever, man. I'm still writing shit down. And dictating it like this, it's a hell of a lot easier than actually typing it out. And it's a lot more interactive, too, because you actually get to experience it, right? But yeah, what do you guys think of the entire, like, basis and premise of the story for Chapter 2? As well as the idea for the compilation of the survival test. Is there anything that, like, we're missing on this list? Of things that, like... Because, like, I never went to Boy Scouts or anything like that. I'm like, what are the, like, the main things that you need to learn in order to survive? Jesus. Catching up to me, boys. They're catching up to me. Motherfuckers. Well, we never made it to commentary yesterday, so let's do commentary today. I think this was, like, a good start of the plotting. I'm going to think about more tomorrow at work, and we're going to do more of that, so I'll, you know, have something built up and filled out, essentially, for that. So, I'm excited for that. 'Cause I'm like, hey, I can write at work now. Pretty much, because it's like, it's fucking bullshit. I do what I want, guys. No, I'm a pretty decent employee because I actually show up to work. Okay. We're just waiting for Raymond Dow to finish his editing, and then he will post on the Discord and we will read the short story. For now, we need to do a full plotting of what's gonna happen here with these characters and how we're gonna introduce them. You added new stuff to shop then? I will add stuff to the new shop on the weekend, which is like technically tomorrow is Friday. So we'll be doing it tomorrow, most likely, after the stream. So it'll be ready by Thursday. Or, no, it'll be ready by Friday. Yeah. So we have some ideas. And since I'm limited with things on Kick, I'm not limited with things on Twitch. So we can have a lot of channels points shit. And we have a lot of stuff that you guys can do. Like dial-up and Nihongo. It'll be great. So what are the senses? Dial up, you moaned when I spammed it 2 times. It's been so long. It's been so long, Smokey! That's why it's infinite amount of points. Well, it was a little much to spam dial-up. Dial-up is like a once a week kind of thing. It's like you gotta save up to frickin' interrupt that really important part with dial-up. It's like the ultimate interruption, but if you do it too much, it's just really fucking annoying and abrasive. So it's unfortunate. It's supposed to be funny, but if it's overused, it's not funny. So that's why I made it so expensive, Smokey. Again, that was your fault for abusing it. You did it like 17 times in a row. No, I was fucking with you, Smokey, to make you stop doing it. Dial-up needs to be your OMG for your voicemail. Or your OGM for your voicemail. Any phone solicitors will add your number to a fax list. That's smart, Sean. Okay. So we're inside the tree. Residential I don't know what to call it. I guess it's commercial. And guild hall is here. So at the moment, like this is before like the guild has its own branch. So it's kind of just in the middle sector of the areas where it has like almost like well, I guess it's actually more like entertainment district. So we have the residential district and the entertainment district. And in the entertainment district is the guild hall. And the reason it's part of the entertainment district is because people think of it as a fucking joke of being an adventurer and wanting to leave the tree. And there's really nothing else, like, infrastructure-wise inside of the tree at this point. So, like, this is, like, the very beginnings of realizing that they need separate, different branches of the tree. So, in this story, nearing the end, like, I'm thinking the idea of it is, like, building the like, carving out one of the branches and actually turning that into the guild hall. And building the guild hall from the ground up with the library and everything, and collecting everything by this character. And this character being, like, a prominent character in the way of establishing, like, the, what's the word? I guess validity of being an adventurer. That it's not just a suicide mission to go out and die. That you can actually make a difference by being an adventurer. Hard life, but meaningful. So since it's in the entertainment district, singing instruments, I'm just gonna put, like, background NPC dialogue. Smell. It's a quite crowded area because of the entertainment district. There's a lot of movement. So I'm thinking, like... And the fact that it's, like, technically, like, everything's indoors, right? So I'm wondering how smell works inside of the tree. If it's, like... Well, I mean, the tree technically, like... It has its own air filtration system, right? Because the tree itself, inside of it, is still functioning for the purpose of life support, right? So it should have its own internal thing. So it's like, maybe it's got, like, perfumes, people, there's wood, maybe, stalls made not of tree. So they have, like, a distinct aroma to them. Like fresh maple or fresh cedar or something like that. So it's like, you can tell the more expensive and, like, the more successful and more well-off stalls by the extravagance of them. And it's like, even at this point, like, getting anything outside of the tree is, like, it's fucking super expensive. That's why a lot of people kind of do it, is because, like, they gain the idea of wealth inside of the tree. But not the wealth really do anything, it's more of a social status kind of thing. But it's, like, encouraging people to do it because they're building off of this idea of trying to build an economy, but it's a slow process until it gets out of hand, right? And we're still at the very beginning of it. Splinters from wood, maybe? Warm crystal plastic versus cool Yes, cool. Wood. Because the tree itself, because it's like consciousness, uh, like physical consciousness concentrated enough to be a physical crystal structure. It has a certain warmth to it, so it's like it never gets cold. Whereas the other materials in the tree, or from outside of the tree, like the wood or any animal fur or anything like that, is very much like of differing temperature in differing moments, which is a huge thing for them because they're not used to something that's like cold to the touch, because everything's kind of warm. Maybe something like snacks, chips, cookies. Vet hands out something. I'm not quite sure. Kids bring snacks home. Is food even a thing at the moment? Trying to think, is food even a thing at the moment? Yes. Vet gets materials from his old colleagues. And always has a supply for kids. Okay, there we go. We solved it. So it's like the people that he knows, because he's a veteran, but that's only because he's injured, but he still knows adventurers. So he knows a bunch of adventurers that can get him materials and stuff, and he knows that he's trying to raise like a new generation of adventurers. So you know, they're basically trying to groom these kids into being adventurers. Which sounds actually pretty bad now that I'm thinking about it, but that makes it so much better and cool. Because it's like, from one extreme side you could say he's grooming them, from the other extreme side you could say he's educating them. It's a very divisive topic in the tree. And that's why he's trying to normalize it and get people's, you know, more opinion on it. And he's an advocate for it, even after being a victim of it. I think that's a very powerful thing, is when someone, even after being a victim of something, is still an advocate for it, because they understand that it's a small percentage, or you know, it's either a smaller percentage that it happens to, so it's understandable. It's like the risk is worth the reward, or it's like you just want to bring more education and more thought and light to the situation to get people to learn more, so that they don't wind up in the same situation as you. So there's kind of two-factor kind of thing going on there. Okay, so we got the scene structures. We got the first scene. I'm going to keep that there to take it off of. So this is scene 1. So we're just going to do a scene list. Bye to the vet for the day. The goal of this scene is for Duart to get to know vet better so he can get personal lessons. Conflict. Vet has his eyes on another student. Chooses other student, and this is the older character that later dies. And his parents press on him more. He's depressed by this dilemma. Parents are pushing for him to give up. They don't support him. Decision. To befriend the other student and see try to line himself up as the next student. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Okay, I just had this amazing thought, and we're writing it down right now. So this is what happens. Older student leaves for adventure, telling Duart he will be back in a month. Month passes. Duart waits for a week. Then another wannabe student shows up and finds Duart at the place. The older student told him to wait for him to come back, but he had another student he needed to teach first. So it was not that he had forgotten about Duart. He had another student lined up as well. This prompts the two to go investigate and find out the older student is dead. And that's how their relationship begins, is this third party person that they both knew, and he just never shows up again. And it's like Duart's just thinking maybe he forgot about me, maybe he's going to take longer, and then when he meets the other person and they start discussing it and they realize, well, if he gave this deadline to come back and he had multiple students lined up to train them, then he knew pretty damn well that he was going to be back. And then when they find the party that he was with, they find out that he died. And then that party starts to tutor them, and it's just like, that's how we introduce the new characters, and we get this like bonding moment between these two characters. I think it's fucking perfect. So that'll be the last scene of the story. The character that later dies. So for like personality slots, it would be, this is vet. This is older student. Yeah! God damn it. Oh. Alright. New found friend. Done. Is in the Discord. Alright, sounds good. Just let me finish these character adjustments and we'll do it. Leader of old students party. Second in command of older students party. That doesn't leave anyone for Duart. So maybe... yeah, maybe this is Duart. He's the activist. We inside the pumpkin right now. Yup. Exactly. This can't be Duart. This is Duart. So this is Duart's friend. Okay, and we can put the names to them. Characters. Duart. Viler. Erosion and... Colonists. Actually, no. I'm making Hojin. So far, those are our characters. I mean, this should be Viler, or if this should be... We'll get other characters in later, though. So we can just start with this for now. That's fine. So that's scene 1. Okay, so this is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's actually what we want, and I'm going to change these to 2. And this is scene 2. Duearts house. And this is 2, 3, 4, and 5. No, 4, 5, and 6. Good morning! How's it going, Eddie? Two, 1, 2, 3. At Duearts house. El Llamas! Welcome, welcome. Hello, bro. Hello, how are you, good sir? Welcome to the stream. Are you a writer, perchance? Hell yeah, Eddie. Pump it up. Pump up the jam. Pump it up. Pump up the jam, brother. Do you have, by chance, write? Do you have any work that you would want me to read? We are currently writing a prequel build-up story to my novel, where we're just basically introducing how the world builds. How you doing? I'm doing wonderful today. It was a good day. We're doing great. We're getting the story plot outline set. And we even have the ending, which is fucking mind-blowingly amazing. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get the ending or not. But we got it. Hell yeah, brother. True. That's how we do it here, boys. That's what it's all about. Okay, so scene 3. To give a treat to what's his name now? Cullis? Older student. Treat to Cullis. His attention and I don't know what he's gonna try and do. Ask for advice. No, maybe he should do that to the vet. I'm trying to think. Maybe I was putting too much emphasis on the vet, and we need to put more emphasis on Cullis. And making him more of the mentor character, but making the vet the facilitator of that, because he teaches both of them. Ask for advice about his parents. I feel like it's too cliche, but like, you know, his parents show up. See, sometimes we don't need them all to be in a certain area. So, how about the conflict is Cullis rejects the treat. And then no more. Why do arts parents are so against adventuring. Scene 4. Okay, so this scene isn't over because this scene is going to incorporate these. So some scenes will have both of them in one, and some scenes won't. Ad break! Yay! Ads! Let's go, boys! It's all about them ads! Something like that. So this is gonna be like in the background. So it's like I'm not gonna show them talking about the plan, but they're gonna have a plan. So it'll be something like, oh, I have an idea. And then it cuts to the next scene, and then it's just the idea being unraveled. So, now what is the plan? Just so we know exactly what we're working with. I mean, like, maybe faulty paper, because it's a paper printing company, right? Some sort of cardboard, a new idea someone has, I'm thinking something like to do with the paper. So it's like maybe he tells his parents that like the Adventurers Guild wants to expand their business outside of the tree. And for documentation purposes, it's just really nice to have their quality of paper. And same with like packaging and stuff like that. So maybe the plan is to like fabricate this idea that the Adventurers Guild on the outside of the tree needs all this stuff. And maybe this is where the vet can talk to people, like the people that he knows, just kind of introduces them to bring them in later when Cullis dies. Guy sitting in a medieval tavern trying to choke down the bland food. The crowded tap room is bustling with activity when all of a sudden the song Juke Joy Jezebel starts playing loudly from thin air. Everyone panics at this strange phenomenon except the loner, who stands slowly and begins to crack his knuckles and get ready for a fight. Loosening his limbs and bouncing on his feet, then he walks out purposely to face whatever is coming. Hell yeah, Sean. That's what I'm talking about, brother. Pump those ideas. To get the vet old adventure buddies. See if can convince Duearts parents. Because I guess this is probably, So this is a good conflict point, right? Duearts parents make great packaging stuff and great paper, but they don't want to. They don't want to deal with the Adventurers Guild. So there's always people trying to like get them to like expand their business. It's such a perfect song for an alarm, and like nothing that would exist within that setting just sounds alarming too. Yeah. Because at this point, they really don't, like, at this point in the story, like, Ifrit doesn't even have walls around it. Like, it's kind of just this awkwardly set up place, and there's still kind of, like, well, it has walls, but it doesn't have, like, the walls that, it's not like a fortress, right? It's got, like, wooden kind of, like, barricade kind of things, but they're still fighting, like, somewhat with the Sahagin. Like, there's, like, the two factions. The Sahagin that don't like the Adventurers Guild and think of it as invading their land. Then there's the Sahagin who think of it as an advantage because they get the trade deals. And they're getting, like, super rich. And they somehow see the like... It's not that they see it, it's that they will be a benefactor of it. They just like shiny things. And Gil is shiny. So they're collecting this Gil because they've never had it before. And that's going to make them extremely wealthy later on when Gil becomes like the main currency among beastmen as well as adventurers. But that's not for like another 100 years or so, because this is only the year like 420. It's like 170 years before the main story. So everything's still, it's only been like 50 years of adventuring, so it's still very underdeveloped. And having this paper business is something that they've really wanted. So this is also going to get Duart in very well with the Adventurers Guild. I'm thinking like, okay, so this deal doesn't go through. And Duart's parents say like no to it, right? But it's just kind of this plan that's trying to go through, and he's trying to sneak his parents into this situation. Once outside, with the music following him as he walks, he raises two fingers to his right temple and says the word visor, at which point a mechanical eyepiece appears covering both his eyes. This quickly reveals to him the cause of the alert. Huh? A dragon? Why would that cause an alert in a world where dragons are normal? Unless, zooming in, he finds the black dragon from Don Machi that is the most powerful creature of destruction outside the dungeons of that world. Oh, that's why. Nice. Just thinking how to set this up. Fantasy fan tasked with defining an innocent world from invading fictional threats. Might be fun to play with, I don't know. I mean, it's definitely interesting, Sean. There are many routes you can go down with that as well. So it's a very powerful thing. And you can pretty much do anything with it. So I think that's really big. That's the greatest thing about isekai type shit is, like, especially if it's like under fanfic, you could just pretty much do anything with it. It's the stories themselves that matter, not where the origins of the characters in those stories. And the more relative to people's characters you have, you know, with not like overdoing it, you know, the more people can resonate with the story without having to get even like developing the interest or the investment, because it's already there with that character, right? Or that world, or that piece of that world. Every threat neutralized earns a lifestyle reward. Seasonings, pillows, bedrolls, whatever. Interesting, Sean. A lot of things you could do with that. Fishing rod? The fuck do I need this for? The world's telling me something. If I need a fishing rod. Goal. The goal of this scene... Get Duearts' parents to let their guard down. Conflict. Just bring along. No. Decline adventurer invitation. Duart gets involved and blows his cover. Parents shoo off the adventurers. Dilemma. Oh, and Duart is dilemma. Should parents tell Duart? Decision. Yes. Scene 6. Again, so we have these two scenes that leave on this point of, hey, we're gonna figure out a way to get your parents to expand their business. Maybe that'll help to get them understanding and working with the adventurers. And then they try this and it totally backfires, and then it's like, well, we're gonna tell him the truth about why we actually are against adventurers, but it never shows it. So it never shows either of these, it only shows the outcome. And because we've only shown for this one, it'll make this one more believable, right? There's a two-book series that I hope will get more installments. The guy who is reincarnated as a dungeon core hates cats, so always discards any cat-type creature that comes up in his gacha pulls. This happens all through the first book until the threat appears, and it's, you guessed it, a giant cat monster. So the heroes who he's been training don't get the experience of fighting cats because the dungeon core hates them. I like that concept. That's cool, Sean. Now this is POV change. Cullis. So we're now in the POV of Cullis for this. And the goal of the scene is to find Duart. Duart never showed to the meeting. First book is even odds. Second book is double or nothing. Nice. Badass names. I think it's a Jonathan Brooks set, but I could be wrong. Who knows? Would you put that in as a book for me to read, Sean? Would you want me to read a chapter of that? Would that be your suggestion for a vote for a book? And this is where this place becomes really important. And it's like, wait, I know that one place that Duart goes. Not sure what your tastes are, but I enjoyed it. Man, you've got to like the genre. It really doesn't help the stream that all that much. But I love isekais, Sean. Like, I fucking love anime style stuff. Just because it's written and it's not an actual thing doesn't mean shit. It's still good. It's still worth it. Nothing wrong with that. Find Duart. Places Duart mentioned. Dilemma. Dungeon core stuff is very heavy on stat sheets though, so there's that to consider. I mean, I find that interesting. Especially, like, you're talking, like, video game style stuff, and it's like, that's also helpful to me, Sean, because I'm trying to write this book almost like a video game. So reading something like that might really actually help me. That's why you always leave avenues of everything open and never close yourself off to something. Because there's always an angle you can find that something will be helpful to you. You just have to look hard enough. To vet, asks vet if there is anywhere Duart might be. Decision to go confront Duart. See what's wrong. We have scene 7. Any of Jonathan Brooks' Dungeon Core style stories would be good then. Several of them are finished series. He's really good at these stories. Cool. Nice. Hell yeah, I'll have to check it out. Station Core might be a good place to start. Lots of cussing in it too. Not much, if any, smut, but meh. Don't need smut. It's just, it can be a good addition, right? This is where I'm trying to think what would be an important place for Duart. Um, Even Vet doesn't have an idea where Duart might be. Decision to go to Duart's house. Then there's the Crafters Dungeon series, and the Hapless Dungeon series, and the Dungeon World series, and the most recent I read fully is the Holiday Core series. Then Dimensional Cores, which is a crossover series with several of the ones I've listed. Interesting. Cool, Sean. I'm just thinking timeline here. So I want Duart to be like standing at the farthest point he can possibly be inside of the tree, which is basically at the gate entrance to the roots that lead out. And it's like there's the entrance, then there's the roots themselves. Inside of the roots and on the exit area is where like the like hospital and like emergency and like vaccination and like all the adventurer like emergency stuff is located all there. And then so he's basically standing at like the archway to enter the roots, which is like the farthest that a non-journeyman can go. So he's going to say that he's going to go to Duart's house and talk to Duart's parents. And again, we don't show him going to Duart's house and watching or talking to his parents. We make him, you know, the idea that he's going to do it. And then the next is a transitional scene of him being like, I know where I'm going. Or finding Duart. And being like, hey, your parents said this might be the place that you are. What's up? They said they didn't, you know, they said you would probably want to tell me yourself. So, well, you know, what's going on here, bro? Like, what happened? Border between the trunk and roots. Farthest point a non-journeyman / adventurer can go. Talk to Duart. Oh, this is another POV change back to Duart. Collis comes to talk to Duart. Duart can't believe his parents never told him. Collis speaks of the grief. must have had and having Duart was them getting over it, so bringing it up was not something they could do. They tried to protect Duart, but he wanted to follow in his brother's footsteps. And then this just leads up to the point of like, oh my god, not only did he just find out that he had an older brother who died, like 10, like I guess it would be if he's like 11 or 12, it would have been like 15 years ago. And then it took him like 4 years to get over it, and they had Duart after that. That's why his parents are a little bit older. I think that's an interesting way to go with it. Torn. But Duart is torn, but he is resolute in being an adventurer. Dilemma. Even with the meetings with the vet and what he's learned, he can't get a personal lesson from the vet to be able to take the J-Man test. Hollis says that he is going on his first adventure. He will be back in a month, and he will teach Duart if that hasn't by then. Lost together. So for this, the intro is what's the first scene again? Right. Duart trying to get special treatment. Duart befriends Cullis. Adventurers try to convince Duart's parents Duart finds out about his brother, and Cullis tells him to wait for him after his adventure. Duart and what's her name? Violer meet a week after Duart has been waiting and find out Cullis is dead. There, that's very super basic, but those are the events that happen for those kinds of things for the story. And then we have this kind of all played out, except for the last bit of this, where we need, like, the last scene together. So, like, what's the goal? Show time has passed, and Duart has been waiting on Cullis. Violer shows up and says she's also waiting for Cullis. They find out Cullis is dead from that. Crushed, broken, they bond over this moment to continue to be adventurers, even seeing the consequences, to strive for what Cullis is trying to do, and one day be able to teach others and keep them from the same fate. Nice. Okay, there we have the complete and utter done outline of it. Oh. So all we got to do is think about how we're going to structure it together and fade everything in, but as far as it goes, and then like picking based upon the characters for like reactions and dialogue and stuff, because this is the point of this story is going to be to try to use these character profiles to keep our characters on track with what they should be, and how to pull from the character profile to build the actions and dialogue of the character. So that's specifically what this story is supposed to be, is a practice of that. Like I said, like everything I do is like I've one singular purpose that I'm trying to focus on, and everything else is secondary to that. As long as I can pull off that one thing that I'm trying to do, I consider that a success. And these are all just training mechanisms to be able to get better. But unfortunately, I didn't say it earlier, but it will be a shorter stream today because I work early tomorrow. But that means maybe I can have like a little bit of a nap before the stream, and not a little bit. I really like a fucking act. I'll have a longer sleep before the stream tomorrow after work than I will after the stream today before work. So it's more like I'm taking a nap after the stream to go to work, and then I'm coming home to go to sleep to wake up to stream.